Mark. All right, so why don't you tell me your full name?
My full name is Michael Wayne Psycho.
My name is Harold Sims.
My name is Joseph C. Avampato.
I was born 1951 in Latrobe, PA.
1942, Fayette, Ohio.
1925 in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
I'm 61, going on 62, and I still live in Latrobe, PA.
I am 70 years old. I now reside in Stowe, Ohio.
I'm 87 and I reside in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
I think I was still living in a little patch town and running around very gently because I just had surgery in the 60s. I was paralyzed. I had to wear a brace. So I was very gingerly doing things that other kids did and progressed into just playing like anybody else and taking it as it comes.
1962, I was 42. I was 20 years old. I was driving truck, working on the dock, hustling every buck I could get. I wasn't going to go to college. I was driving truck for every trucking company. Akron was like the hub of all the trucking companies in the whole U.S. I mean, every trucking company had a terminal here. I'd worked for them all week long. I had met my wife, and then May, we got engaged in 1962. Following year, we were married, 1963, August.
In 1962, I was 37 years old. I was married. I had 2 children, Linda and Diane. I was working for a contractor named Frank McShane, who was putting sewers in both Greensburg and Latrobe. I did all his concrete work for him. Very interesting work. You just didn't do concrete work because if you wanted to work every day, you worked at other things as well.
Economy was pretty rough then. It really was. It was after the Eisenhower administration. It was tough. It was hard to get a good job. It was hard to get any kind of a job. Manufacturing was down. So back then, see, you could hustle. You could work for. You join a union. You could work for all kinds of different. You didn't have to. Made a good buck. I used to made a lot of money. Saved a lot of money.
When I was 30, now, God rest my buddy's soul. At that time, we were working at my buddy's bar, enjoying life, just taking the strides of whatever happened, and just move on with it. Just drinking, having a good old time. That'd be 1982.
Tell me a little bit about 1982.
I can't remember a lot of it. It was such a mix of things that we did back then. If somebody would say, let's go here, go there, a group of guys would do it. It would just go and come back. I mean, it was a party, whatever. And if it was at the ski slopes or if it was the local pub, we just traveled on, made a party out of everything. Oh, I was married already. Yes, I was. It had to do with the lifestyle of my job, which was basically night shift, and transpired into 5 o'clock somewhere. So we partied in the morning and in the afternoon.
1972, I was 30 years old, lived in Warren, Ohio, had 2 sons. Well, I was married, had 2 sons, we'll go in that order. Back then, when we did it, we took it for granted we were married and had 2 sons. I just had got my degree, and I went into management with Yellow Freight Systems. Started to work because I wanted to work up in the management world. I had already built 1 home, and we sold it, and we were in the process of building our 2nd home to move in. That's where I was at in 1972.
Well, 30 was 1956, and I had just finished building a home that I had up for sale. And this is when I met my future wife, and we got married in Canada in 1956. And then she came to the United States. I had finished building this house, And I had 2 more lots that I had a foundation dug on the first one next to my house that was finished. And I was about to get concrete to put a footer in and everything. And they decided they were going to build a school on that property. Well, that was the end of building the next 3 houses, you know. And in the meantime, things were tough. I finally found a buyer for the house I had built. And things were going along well, you know, we were getting close to closing the deal. And when they found out there was going to be a school built there, they didn't want to be living near a school, so they backed out of the thing. Well, of course, I got the hand money that they had given me, and they changed their mind. Well, we were married. We were living at home with my mom and dad. I didn't know what we were going to do. I thought, well, hell, I have a home. So Florence and I moved in the house I had for sale, and we've been in it ever since.
When I got married, I moved upstairs the 3rd floor to the apartment that was attached to the house. And then the year after, actually it wasn't even a year, it was less than a year, I got transferred to Warren, Ohio, and we moved to Warren, Ohio, and that's when I moved out.
Well, I was probably 19 when I moved out of the house, but it was because of being married, and I didn't move far because we had the property. We just established a place to live on the property. So did I move out of the house? Yes. Did I move far? No. We reside in the same property as we did as we grew up. Well, I understand the concept. You guys are going to go back and snip and put it together.